Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this Crafting Safari live stream. My name is Kelly Rousseau, and I'm the host of the Crafting Safari. And I have these two, I don't know which side. On my side, they're that side, but I don't know on your side, they might be on the other side. These two lovely ladies with me today, and we're going to be having a good old time and talking about like making the most of our materials and all of that kind of fun stuff. So I hope that you guys have been enjoying day 1 and day 2 so far. We're like halfway through, which is kind of crazy. But before we get into it, I'm going to let these ladies introduce themselves if you haven't met them before. So, Catherine, you can take it away.
Hello, everyone. I'm Catherine from Catherine Learns Stuff. You can find me at catherinelearnstuff.com and at Catherine Learns Stuff on YouTube, Facebook, and Pinterest. I do crafts of all sorts, shapes, and sizes. I do paper and upcycling and vinyl and woodworking and sewing and like you name it, I do it. I kind of do all of it because I think there's just so much fun stuff that you can make with everything that's what I do. So check me out at catherinelearnstuff.com.
Great. I mean, you guys definitely should. And we'll also talk about like a special offer that you have that we'll leave in the chat again a little bit later. But before we do that, Jen, go ahead.
Yeah, that was like so professional and well done. I have not thought this through at all. So I'm Jen Swift of Well Crafted Studio, and I've been friends with Kelly for several years, and so I'm just super excited to be able to be here. And I'm so excited for her crafting safari because hello, it's Kelly, and she does an amazing job with everything. So, so you guys can check me out, I guess, at wellcraftedstudio.com. And I guess my thing that I do is I absolutely love to help crafters create designs in Procreate, which is an iPad thing, for their crafting. And so that's my gig. That's my jam.
Love it.
Oh, and I host the Cricut Crafting Adventure too.
Which we all love. We all love very much.
Jen, I'll have to pick your brain about Procreate because I bought Procreate for myself for Christmas and I haven't opened it this many times so far.
Yeah, but you got it because you thought it sounded cool, right?
Yeah, well, no, because like I know the potential and the possibilities, and I'm like, I need it because I'm always like, I'm not always on the go, but like, you know, like you're somewhere doing something. And so I'm like, I could just like sketch on my iPad because I always have my iPad with me, right? Because I've got my that's my access to my website and my YouTube and all my stuff. And I'm like, and now I can sketch. I even have the iPad pen, and I have all the doohickeys, and this big fat zero.
Yeah, you know, I think that happens like to a lot of us, like all the time, where we plan something as crafters. Because the first part of crafting is like you have to decide what you want to do. You have to decide that you can do it, and then you have to get the materials. Yes. And so a lot of people after that first part are like, you know, kind of stall out. So you have the stuff and then it just sits there like glaring at you and like throbbing and like your peripheral and you're like, it's there. That happens to me all the time.
Yes. I have that with lots of new shiny things. They just stay in their box for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So until the intimidation wears off.
That's right.
And then you're
like,
okay,
not really in a box. I'll get to it eventually, but
well, and I think that does happen where it is kind of there. And so we kind of need a reason or a deadline. I mean, that's.
Yes, I agree. A deadline for sure.
Yep.
Deadlines are my best friend and my worst enemy.
It's so true. Yeah, no, I felt so bad because I was like so like late and behind on everything for this. Because I just came off the Cricut Crafting Adventure, but I wanted to do it so bad. I was like, I knew I had this other stuff going on, but it's Kelly. So yeah.
But I think like this year was a little bit tumultuous, and I think that you had like, you know, I think you had a good excuse, and it's we give grace, we understand, and we're kind to everybody here.
Well, you were so great because I really did. It's just like. Yeah.
Jen, don't worry. I was also very late for everything with Kelly this year.
Yeah.
And she was also very kind and generous with me to let me submit everything late. And she didn't even yell at me.
No, I would literally.
She wouldn't. Yeah, she does not yell. She didn't even like pretend to pressure me. And I'm just like, girl. So.
I think it's also because like I've been on the receiving end of that side, and I know exactly how bad I feel when I'm like a day late for something. So I'm just like, you know what? I understand. I've been there a million times.
Yeah. Well,
and yet it also it all
Yeah.
still works. So
That's
Yeah.
I mean,
And that's like part of it is like, it's going to get done. It's just like, there's a lot more pressure when it's like, when you're behind. And it's like you hate yourself the whole time because you're like, shoot, 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 shoot. But I think with creativity, part of it is that it's hard to force it too. Like my brain has to process, and sometimes I can't just process.
yeah. And then sometimes there'll be days where I design like a million different things, and there'll
Yeah.
be some days where I can't even design a circle.
It's so true. Yeah, like totally. It is, and then you feel like there's nothing left, and then you're like, shoot, am I empty? And then you're like, so I try to keep a list of like ideas, like so that it kind of is a jumping off point. But yeah.
I have that list. My list is very long, and I look at it, I'm like, yes, that's the one. And then I like go off on a tangent, and then I never make it back to the list. 6 months later, I'm like, yes, I've got one. And then I like add 30 more and I do one. And it's just like, but there, the list is there. It's growing. It's just, there's not enough time sometimes to get all the things done or creativity.
Especially when
Yeah.
it does take a while to get to like, work through all those mental like hurdles.
Yes. And then all the prototypes that don't work out.
Yes.
Oh my word.
Yes. I don't know if people, you guys can tell me in the chat, but like how long does it take you to kind of like figure out exactly what you want to do? I mean, sometimes we go through several different versions of something before you're like, this is what I actually was going for, and you might not even realize it. So, yeah.
Yeah. I was actually just looking for my suitcases because the project that I did for you guys for the Cricut crafting adventure was a little suitcase. And I think I've got about 7 or
So
8
cute.
suitcases.
It was so cute. Like I was just like, okay, this is so cute. And it was one of our most popular projects too.
And I'm so shocked because like for me it was so, I think it's maybe because it was simple but yet approachable and fun enough. So it's always, I always love it
totally.
when that happens.
Yeah, you don't always have a hit. And you might think it's like the best thing in the world. And then you're like, because you forget that, people might not have the supplies, or it might be something completely new, or, it's like you kind of forget. So,
Yeah, no, definitely. And you always want to make sure that it's like something practical but cute and easy to do, but slightly challenging enough. So you've got to find like the perfect middle ground of all of those
totally.
different things.
That is so true. Like I'm having trouble with that, my membership right now, trying to like find the groove. And I saw there's several people here from like that are in it, but it's brand new. And it's like trying to find like the groove for, like not too much, but still like new techniques. And yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, it really is. And also like, especially like when it's just comes to designing things, because I can easily like fly off the handle and go and do something like super crazy. Cause I just like squirrel, like some people were saying.
I was just going to say, you squirrel.
And,
Yep. But that's sometimes how you get to like that thing. So you kind of have to follow it, even if you think it's going to be a dead end, because it might be how you get to it. It's really confusing sometimes.
yeah.
And disheartening.
It's a maze.
Yeah.
It's a maze. But I suppose it's all part of the process. And it's like,
Yeah.
for me, especially when it comes to my projects and things like that, whenever I'm trying to design something, I always try and think to myself, like, what is the way that people are going to maybe get the most out of the project? And like, how can I design something that's going to be like super optimal? Because I'm always like, that's why I created the Crafting Safari. I'm always trying to think of, the most optimal use of my materials. And whenever I share my files, they're always like super Tetris and optimized so that you can just stick it in one little corner and you'll have like, or, you use like, it uses the full size of the 12 by 12 or something like that. Cause I'm just like, how do I make sure that we all get like the most out of our materials in every project? So that's the other added complexity level that I always add to myself, because, the rest of the other things aren't tricky enough.
You want people to like just be able to take it and make it, right?
Exactly. And not have to like do a ton of things and, waste, like I said, waste materials and all that kind of stuff. So, because that's for me one of the biggest things. Even though I feel like I have a lot of stuff, like I still, I don't want to waste it. I hate
limited
wasting.
room, right?
I like to use my scrap for prototypes. So my prototypes are like wonky colors, and I can
Okay, so that's a great idea.
I can see the grand vision, right? And then I show it to my family and they're like, what is that? I'm like, can't you see it? And they're just like, this is the worst color combination paper selection you have ever picked. I'm like, but the sizes fit. Don't you see that? Like, this is going to be blue. This will be green. This is all going to work magically together. This is the prototype. And they're just like, that sucks. I'm like, no, it doesn't. And then I show them the final product. And they're like, that's not the same thing. I'm like, really, it is.
Yeah.
It's just a difference. But it's all about using your scraps.
So I think that that's actually something that I've kind of learned too is, I mean, that's your family, but I've learned not to show things like too soon because it's like still in my, okay, so it's in my little protected bubble of it's like my idea and I'm so like, I love it so much. And as soon as I like kind of let it out there, if it's not like, you know, ready and done, then, you know, it's just, I have to protect it. So
I know if my family says that's like, that looks terrible. Like, yes, that's the way to go. Keep going. They don't know what
there you go. That's like the other other end of it, I guess.
Yeah, and like Diana says there, she always hears, or they always hear, trust the process and keep going. I am not a trust the process person. I do not trust. I have trust issues. I do not trust the process, but yet I still keep going. And I'm like, okay, so this time it worked out, you know, and every other 1,000th time it also worked out, but I still don't trust the process.
No, there's like some severe self-doubt that happens. Like, yeah, I agree.
It's hectic. It's hectic. And like you said, like the always using the scrap pieces. Whenever I'm doing a prototype, I always use like the worst colors of cardstock if I need to use like a full 12 by 12, like the kind of colors that I know that I'm not going to use.
Never going to use
when you buy the bulk
paper.
packs.
Yeah. I know that. I do that too. Because some papers don't match with anything. They're just terrible.
Yeah. Or it's like a really yucky color, and then they give you like 5 or 10 pieces in like a bulk pack, and you're just like, really? What am I going to use?
Bulk packs are like the worst thing ever. I mean, I know they're trying to like, you know, make money and stuff, but when you need like 2 things and they give you 50, and then it's hard to get rid of it because you're like, okay, well, I might need it again sometime. I don't want to rebuy it. So.
Yeah, for sure. But then also like Murph says, it's a great idea to use your scraps to cut your project before the final version. Like also a lot of people use copy paper as well, because I mean, you don't need to perfect the cut settings. You just need to make sure that the design kind of fits and the size is right. So I do that often. I like cut things out of copy paper first to make sure that I've got the sizing right, because I don't want to just keep wasting cardstock. And the stuff's expensive. And like, you know, we want to make sure that even if it's a yucky color, we still we can cover it in ink, I suppose.
If you're trying to test the color, yeah.
So once I got I'm going to say thrift shop. It's not even that, but like the Facebook group in my town has like, people are always giving stuff away and people are always giving away craft supplies because they're done with crafting. I'm like, oh, me. And so I got like this, of course, right? But I got this stack of like this big of colored copy paper. So it's like photocopier paper, but it's pink, it's yellow, it's green, it's purple, it's blue. And they're like,
people just really wanted it for the yellow. So.
Probably. But now I have this whole stack, right? So when I'm doing what you're saying, Callie, I'll use those papers for my like, if I need like a bigger piece and I don't want to use the nice stuff, I'm like, I'll just use this copy stuff because it's just like, it's got a nice color. So it adds dimension to my terrible color selection prototype, but but it works out great because it's just like thin paper and I have a whole stack of it.
And I mean, if you're also working in like a multi-layered project, like a 3D kind of project where you've got multiple different elements going together, you could even cut each piece out of a different color, so you know exactly what pieces you need to like make the adjustments on. That's like,
so something I do is I'll change the color in Design Space, and so you know, like try to get as close as possible. Can you put hex codes in Design Space? I don't remember that, but yeah, so I try to do it in Design Space so I kind of get an idea of, you know, how things would work. So
yeah, that's a good idea.
Like
I love
visually
that.
At least. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a great kind of process, and I also find that I learn more about crafting when I'm busy making those kinds of things and like designing projects and doing trial runs and things like that, which is also quite fun. Like what glues work well with different cardstocks, and you know what inks work well. Because I mean, like I'm still. I mean, I don't know everything about crafting. I'm still learning.
I don't think
So
any of us do.
It's
Yeah.
fun.
Well,
So
you do.
sometimes
You're
I wish I
constantly
did.
finding things
but
out. Nah, it's
yeah.
more fun. I think I like getting
Yeah.
that kind of mad scientist thing going where I'm just like, "Ooh, what about this?" or "What if this?" or yeah. I entertain myself
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
that problem when I'm
Absolutely.
designing stuff, but then I just keep adding more complexity to it and more complexity. And so I was making a card for the Card Maker Success Summit that's coming up in July. And I had this amazing idea, and I'm like, oh, and then I should do this, and then I should do this, and then and then the card was like this massive monstrosity, and it was fantastic. But I'm like, no one's gonna make this. Like
Yeah.
nobody's gonna make this. So I brought it was
Well, I
fantastic.
mean, it's a
I
thing. Yeah.
loved it. It spun, it popped, it twirled. It was like, and it
And
jiggled.
and then you got down and
All
it's like
the things.
25
It
or
was
like
all the
26
things,
like
but
parts
like
and
yeah, but it was not happening. I was just like, so I broke it up into 4 different cards. So now I have like
so that's
4
cool.
projects done. But I was like, no. So mine is just like, I just keep adding more complexity. I'm like, just keep it simple. No one's gonna make a card that does all those things. Everybody wants to, but no one's gonna do it. It's crazy. So,
Yeah. Yeah, that's always a challenge, is trying to balance the wild ideas with like, okay, let's come back down to earth a little, because that happens to me all the time.
right.
So I'm curious. So I haven't actually gotten to look at a whole bunch of stuff yet. But Catherine, what did you do for this?
I did an accordion card. I might actually. I was
Looks
supposed to.
so cool.
I
Yeah,
actually have it here in one of my bins.
prepared. Woo!
Yeah, it was actually gonna be gifted out today, but I found a different card that they liked and said, so my mother-in-law's birthday today, and the family went up to visit her, and so I was like, well, I'll give her this card, but then they found a different card that they liked better. So this is the front. Now I realized that the front doesn't look very great in this color, but
I
it's kind of
think it's
in real
cute.
life. And then you open it up, and you have this like
Look
accordion
at
card.
that.
So it's all very fancy. And then you tie it up with this fancy ribbon, which I cannot do with one hand. So I'm going to do it here, hiding from everybody, as the card pops open 6 times as I tried to do that. So I made that card. And this was one of the cards that turned into, this turned into one of the cards of that big thing that I was talking about earlier, because it was just, there was too much. Like imagine this opening up and then popping and spinning and shaking
And things fly at you, and then so that takes that little bit of like ooh and surprise to be like, oh my gosh, what's happening? I feel attacked.
yeah, exactly. So
I mean, you could always do like a base level of the card as like the event project, and then be like, if you want to, go completely off the rails and make this like super over the top, amazingly incredible card, there's the VIP bonus or a free class or something like that.
all right, I'll think
Look
about
at
that one.
Kelly.
There you
She's
go.
like working
I
it.
always struggle with the VIP things because I do typically, and Kelly, you know this now, but typically what I do for the VIPs is I do a monthly live event where it's like a paid event, and you can buy tickets and do like a specialty craft with me, and it's all like, it's like a summit event, right? You get all the files beforehand, but it's not pre-recorded. I've done like 7 prototypes of it beforehand, and that's what I typically do for the VIP bonuses. I give out tickets for that. And so, but I've struggled because I find that like as much fun as they are, I want to do something different every once in a while.
Yeah.
And so maybe I'll do that next time. That's a good idea as my VIP bonus.
See there, even Amy says that her grandson would love a card that did all those things. I mean,
Oh yeah, and Jennifer
it's also like,
said it was cute for
Right?
grads.
Yes.
yes, for
I
sure.
agree. That would be really cute for grads, or like an engagement, or wedding, or yeah. Because I've done this before, where I've gone to Instagram and taken like screenshots of their Instagram, like for my son's high school graduation, and then I turned it into a sublimation thing. But it was just all pictures for their Instagram on a mug.
Oh,
But it was
that's
for high school, so you know how in high school you're like best friends with somebody, and then like a year later you've never talked to, like, you don't even talk to them. So I was, or you like broke up with a boyfriend, and so I was a little bit like, I wonder how many people are still using that. So
I think, but also like your card is also such a nice project to like sit down with and like immerse yourself in. If you need something that's gonna, because I suppose it probably doesn't take all that long to do, but it kind of looks like it took a ridiculously long amount, because there's so many amazing things going on. So you could really like immerse yourself in that project.
Yeah. So like now I just sort of give you the idea, right? But like those little squares, right? Let me just pull this out again, right? These little squares, like I did it for a birthday card, but you could put pictures in like each little square here, right? And you could do your own little sentiments. And that's why the freebie is that you could just put in like your own. I've given you like a blank template for this. And so, but you can really get carried away just like thinking about what you're going to do in there.
I think
So
for that too, it's easy when you do that if you put the photos into Create Design Space and then turn them into stickers. And you can size them because I have trouble with sizing things. And so if I have the card there, and then I could just go ahead and, that's a good thing for me.
And Loretta asked, what was our favorite wow factor for a card? What do you, for me, I'm literally obsessed with embossing at the moment, and like embossing with stencils. That's like, a couple of years ago it was print and cut. At the moment it's embossing. I go through phases in crafting.
Yeah.
I'm just obsessed with different things.
Obsessions.
Yeah. What for you guys? What do you think? Dan?
So for me, it's Procreate. So it's been something that's actually been like the thing for I don't know how long, but I think the reason it's the thing is because it's designing. And so no matter if I go through engraving, print and cut, fabric art, whatever, usually Procreate is like the first part. So mostly because I really don't like to design in vector programs. So
Fair.
My crazy thing right now is, I'm gonna say, let's call it my wow thing, but I really like things that pop open or like have some sort of a moving element to them, right? And so like for Mother's Day, I did a spinning card. And so you open the card and it like spins open. And then like this one that I have for yours kind of like folds out and you've got a whole bunch of stuff. And then so it's like, I did a birthday card a while ago that's like I don't know, it's like I'm gonna say it's a pop-up card, right? But just like things that move, it's got like some dimension to it. So it's not just like plain, because I don't know, I've just been finding that like my flat vision has like been put on hold. And so I'm like, pop. So my big thing, right? My big wow is like big, like opens up and like so
it's kind of sculptural, like you're going 3D with your 2D.
Yeah. Yes.
Which is very cool.
So they don't all work.
And there's so many but I mean, there's so many different things that you can do with that. Because like I've seen so many cards where you open them and it's obviously got a hinge on it, and then it's got like flowers, and the flowers like move around, or like things pop up and they open when you're busy opening the card. And it's like, there's so much fun. But I just look at that and think to myself, that would take me like 3 weeks to get right, because
but Kelly,
I sit and like obsess over the tiny things.
Yeah, no, but you did that cool one where you spin the dial, so it had different like affirmations.
That was fun.
So did that one take you forever?
No, not really. Yeah. Surprisingly not.
But I thought it was the coolest thing because it was thoughtful. It had like an interactive element, and I just thought it like ticked a bunch of boxes. So
yeah, that's true. But I mean, like it's still like a 2D kind of thing at least. But I suppose, I'm just trying to like downplay it myself, but.
Yeah, no, the Nutcracker that you did for our holiday, I remember seeing several variations of it, and it was all like whoosh, mind blown.
Thank you.
But you weren't happy with it. You had to keep going.
Yeah.
But is anyone really ever happy with their designs? I'm always like, oh, I could do better this. I could change that. I could. It's just, but I'm like, nope, it's done. That's it. Just keep moving. So I'm never satisfied with them. I always like to do a little bit more, a little bit better, but I just like, no, we'll just try better next time.
Yeah. I think it's also like if you put the design away for a while and then like leave it for a week or a month or something like that, and you come back to it and you're like, okay, I'm actually happy. I'm still happy with it. Or, okay, no, this is actually terrible. Let me just start from scratch.
Okay. So Kelly, you gave us some like talking points, like some things that we were maybe going to talk about. And so one of those was, I think it was like why I stopped obsessing over perfection. And the thing that I kind of came up with that was, so when I first started kind of getting back into my art, I was using like wire because it was like cheap. I got at the hardware store, and I made one of these scribble hearts. And
put that on full screen, Kelly.
Oh,
yes.
So it was like, so it's wire, but it's just like wrapped in like, so it's like a 3-dimensional like heart.
Oh my
And
goodness, that's beautiful.
it was like, so the first one I did, so I didn't do the fabric and stuff yet, but the first one I did is like, this looks nothing like I'd imagined. And so I was really kind of like mad about it. In fact, I threw it in a corner of the living room. I'm just like, I hate this, go away. But then after a few days, I picked it up and like looking at it. And then after a few more days, I put it on the wall. And I think it's just like you have this idea. And if you can kind of, like you said, walk away from the idea, then you can see maybe the value in what you did do. But if it doesn't match that original like concept you have in your head, it's kind of hard to see beyond that.
I agree, but that's very beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
It was
that's
actually the first
stunning.
thing that sold in my Etsy shop too. So I was like, oh, okay.
Very nice.
Wow.
And it
That's
wasn't even
cool.
my mom that bought it.
That's even more impressive.
I know,
Even
right?
more impressive.
It's like my very first Etsy shop, and I was just like, I figured it was going to be all my mom.
I think like so like you said that the question was why I stopped obsessing over perfection in my projects. And for me, it's because it was actually like many when I was still employed in corporate, that was that the manager that I had at the time. So to cut a long story short, I was working on a project where I was training people at a company, and we had to like put together a whole slide deck. And when I tell you that I was working until 2 a.m. on the slide deck because the titles weren't all aligned on each of the slides. So when you click next, they jump up and down by like a single pixel. And that drove me nuts. So I had to like go there and make sure that they like, so then my manager would say to me, yeah, but you're spending so much more time. Like, Kelly, are you going to get this finished? And I would be like, no, probably not. She's like, okay, well,
No,
get it
no, you
finished.
totally lied. And
And
you're like, I'm
then-
sure I will, until like 5 minutes before.
Yeah. So she always used to say to me, Kelly, finished is better than perfect. So I always have her, voice in my head saying finished is better than perfect. And that's kind of like deadlines inspire me to not be a perfectionist because
Because there is
I'd
that
rather have the
line.
project. Exactly. I'd rather have the project done than perfect. And 9 times out of 10, like we don't even notice the tiny little imperfections in a project. We are our worst critics.
We
I
are.
agree,
So true.
100%.
We for sure. I have this. I'm gonna just move my camera here and see if you can see it. Right up there, you've got up above my.
She even has it on the wall.
I've got progress, not perfection, to remind myself, like, just keep moving forwards. Don't mind the mess over there of all that junk. Let's just move back. over there.
We like to see the messes. They'll back me up in the chat. We all like to see the messes.
But yeah, so I've got that there, and every once in a while, my kids are like stuck in analysis process. I'm like, come on now, downstairs, read what that says. Just keep moving forwards. We just gotta keep moving, right? Like, and that's what I keep reminding myself. It's not everything's perfect. Like, it's just we'll get there. It's perfect enough. So
I think also another saying that I've really come to like embrace is make it exist first and make it perfect later.
ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. I thought that was also very cool. Finished is better than perfect. Yeah. Yeah. I like that, Amy. Definitely need a sign for that. And like, I think also because I always try and make designs that are like clever. Like I said, like I always try and, make sure that it uses up the full frame or anything like that it's perfectly optimized for the space. And sometimes it's just, that's the kind of stuff that I'll sit there and obsess over for hours. And then I wonder why I'm working like a 16-hour day because I'm sitting here obsessing over details that don't matter.
Yeah,
But they
and I
do
think
matter
too.
too. I have that problem. I get it. They do matter.
Some things matter, but I think that that whole thing kind of takes away from like the enjoyment of our crafting because we're not just kind of in the flow and just kind of like cutting and pasting and stuff like that. That's so as a designer, it's really easy to think, well, this really matters because 1,500 people are gonna like see it and do it. But like I really try to like, and this is me because I have the same thing as Kelly. I really try to keep that sense of play and to encourage people that because when you play as a kid, you're like, oh, well, let's go build a sandcastle over here. And sure, it's like on top of the slide, but why not? Or, you have this like, feeling of there's not any harm in trying things. And as a crafter, you tend to think, well, it's a waste of paper or it's a waste of time, and that's that feeling that we kind of, I don't know. I think it takes away from the enjoyment.
Yeah, you're right. And I think that, like, especially in the projects that I've made more mistakes on, I've learned more. And I suppose that goes for anybody that is crafting and like making anything. You learn more from your mistakes than you do from your successes. Like the saying says, what's it? Something or other, soft, what's it? It's not soft seas, never a skilled sailor made. I can't think of the first word.
Oh,
Somebody will know the first word that I'm missing in my brain, but like it basically means that maybe it's calm seas, never a
I was
skilled
thinking
sailor
calm.
made, or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't. I'll Google it later,
I think
or
it was
somebody else
calm.
can let us know.
If
Yeah.
not, if it wasn't calm, then I'm going to go with it anyways because it sounds good to me.
Yeah. So you end up learning more from your mistakes, and I mean, even though it may be a little frustrating, like they're necessary. So,
Oh,
calm
yep, they're
seas.
saying calm seas. We're getting votes.
Okay, cool. Phew, at least I got that one right. But then, like, I was thinking when I made these okay, maybe not this is probably a bad example from the stencils, but like these stencils, I always try and think of like, how can you turn this into something else? So I made these stencils for a fundraiser bundle, and I was thinking about it earlier on today when I was like doing up these like the topics and things, that what I want to do is actually want to cut this again and then leave all the paw prints on the mat, and then make like a double embossed stencil, so that it's like an embossing folder. So you're using again both the positive and the negative. And those are the kinds of things that are going through my head when I'm busy designing things. Like, oh, how can I make this slightly more clever? How can I make this slightly more fun? Or like, add on and it's terrible and then great all at the same time.
I think it's awesome.
A smooth sea never made a
Oh,
skilled.
that's a good one
Oh,
too.
Loretta.
Because then we've got the
Yeah.
alliteration of the SSSSS.
That's why I thought it was something with a S sound, but I couldn't think of the word. So thank you, Loretta.
Loretta's my Google. She comes to hang out with me on Thursdays, and Loretta knows everything. It's fantastic.
Oh,
I don't know something,
she's
Loretta
amazing.
knows the answer. She's good.
And if Loretta doesn't know, she'll find out.
Right.
So I absolutely do love that about the chats when I do a live, because I'll be like, someone will ask a question, I won't necessarily see it or know it. But then like the people in the chat are like, woo! And I'm like, you guys are so awesome. Because I was going to have to go look that up later. And yeah.
Now we don't need to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Love it. Okay, so then like we're obviously talking about, like making mistakes and things like that. So when you make mistakes, you kind of, like you're saying, like you learn from things and you kind of start to build up more confidence in actually creating the type of items that your projects that you're working on. Why, like, do you got, when it comes to being skilled, how do you think skill works in equilibrium, or in opposites of confidence? So how do you rate those against each other?
Okay, so you might need to rephrase that for me.
That's tricky though, because I think like I always find myself like, I feel like I'm very, I don't want to say skillless, but like my skill level is oftentimes, I feel like it's very low. And the only way I can get better is if I practice more, and I can only practice more if I have more confidence in myself. And it's like this loop of like going in circles and like, okay, well, I have to practice and I have to believe in myself to practice, but if I don't, then I won't. And it's like, so I just kind of like, I personally will just keep like head down and keep going, right? And just like, we'll figure this out. But it's hard because if you like, you have to sort of believe in yourself to get that skill, to get the confidence, and like to keep moving forward. So, oh, Kelly, we lost your camera feed.
Oh, she's back. She's back.
It just went black. It's really weird. I think maybe it like went to sleep or something. I don't know. Very strange. So Jen, you're saying I needed to rephrase the saying. I don't even know
Yeah.
what I said. So the fact that Catherine understood what I was trying to say is an absolute miracle. Because afterwards I'm thinking to myself, like, did you just pick random words out of a bag
No,
and then just throw them in a
Because you don't know what
sentence?
you're saying when you say it, because you're just like reacting to like your first thought. So yeah, no, actually, what
Yes.
Catherine was
And
saying kind of helped too.
But
Yeah,
the
okay, good.
student there
Okay.
has right. It's the chicken and the egg concept, right? It's which is first, right? They kind of come together. And I was reading a book on it because I read books to help my children fall asleep. I read these really boring business books to my kids at nighttime so they fall asleep faster. But that's one of the things is with confidence is that you have to believe in yourself. It's like the fake it till you make it sort of concept, right? You keep like
Oh yeah.
believing in yourself that you can do it, that you're that person, and then eventually you'll actually believe it and you'll get there, and then you have to do it again to move up, right? So, but a lot of books talk about that. It's kind of like this cycle of believing in yourself.
I do the fake it till you make it thing. Especially like when I started my website, I'm like, I don't know how to do a website. And then I'm like, I don't know how to design stuff. And I'm like, oh, I don't know how to, yeah. So, but you kind of figure
and like
out
also
just what you need.
Exactly. And if I look back into like some of the first events that I designed projects for, and I look at this project and I think to myself, and then I think to myself, I think that I remember the fact that people made my project and were excited about my project, and I think to myself, like, how, like, that was so terrible. Like, I feel like you're just being kind.
It's
Yeah.
funny because you say that right now. I'm preparing for Christmas in July, and I'm trying to repurpose some of my old videos. And I'm like, I was watching one of my videos. I'm like, oh my god, that's so terrible. That craft is so terrible. The video is so terrible. I'm like, I can't use this again.
I know,
it was a really, the concept of the craft was great and it was a great idea. But I'm like, oh my god, there's so much wrong with this right now. But people watched it, people liked it, so we just have to figure out how to
And I think,
put that in.
yeah. And I think that that's kind of why confidence is more important than skill, because if you have the confidence to get something out or get something done, you're going to learn far more than somebody who walks around going, oh, well, I'm just skilled at everything. Like, skill doesn't really mean anything, you know? Like, if you're going to put something out into the world or create something and finish something, you're already one step ahead of somebody that's skilled. And if somebody does have more skill than you, that doesn't mean that they're better than you or that they will get further than you, because the person that wins is the person that never gives up.
So I think a big thing for me is that when I'm so skilled in one thing, to be a beginner in something else is kind of like a confidence, like a little bit of a confidence hit, because I'm used to being like, like really like I know this. And so
I hate
having that beginner mentality, but every time I do learn something else, it kind of works into a toolbox of skills and things that I have. And then when I do create the next thing, I'm like, grabbing that or grabbing this and putting it all together because I have those different skills that now. So I acquired them.
Yeah.
But it's hard.
Yeah. Yeah. And
You're
it's also
cringing.
like you can't get yeah, like learning something new and being bad. Oh, I hate it.
Yes.
But I mean, you
actually,
have to.
Yeah.
You have to. It's part of the process. You're not going to get to the 5th step on the ladder without climbing steps 1 through 4. Like,
so that is
and
a quote
that's
that
also, like,
yeah.
Go ahead. I was going to say, like, you, oh shit, no, I can't remember what I was going to say.
Sorry.
You go ahead while I try and think. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
We're just squirreling.
So, yeah, no. So there was a quote that I read a long time ago in this like really cool book like written by an artist, and she said, I need the courage to be bad at something. And that like right there was just such a like oh yeah, that make like it clicked. Because sometimes it takes more courage and to put yourself out there, like the fake it thing, or to learn something new and like be okay with putting out bad quality of it so that you can get to the part where you're doing the good. So yeah.
I remember what I was going to say. It is great. It's great because, like, I think that's also why so many people that want to start YouTube channels or crafting businesses or anything like that, they don't do it because they know that they've got to first do the bad quality things. But like, you're not going to do the good quality crafts, or you're not going to sell your crafts until you create bad. I mean, I say bad in inverted commas because
Yeah.
I don't
It might
necessarily
not be
believe
bad.
it's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might just think it's bad, but somebody will love it, you know, and you're not going to get better if you don't kind of start at the beginning. Yeah.
That was a thing for me too when I first started selling my pottery, is I wanted to put out the pieces that I loved, but then I put out some pieces that were like, you know, and they're browns and stuff instead of blues and greens. And then people started buying the browns ones. And I'm like, really? So like learning that when I made something, it's not necessarily for me, it's for the person who gets it. And so really trying to like give options so that they can buy and give to, you know, somebody who's completely different than me. And, you know, the end result was the end user and not necessarily me. Oh. That was another lesson.
Yeah, it's important. I just had to laugh because Kelly said that
Kelly
it was funny
scrolled.
that I scrolled, not you. See, we all have our moments. We all have our moments.
Yeah. No, when Kelly and I do something together, it's just like woo, woo.
Yeah, we're like that boat, you know, where it goes from the one side to the other side.
And then all of a sudden it's been an hour.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's so much fun. I love it. Elena says she has a quote from Jake the dog from Adventure Time in the room. It says, "Dude, sucking at something." That's a real or an audio on Instagram Reels or TikTok or whatever. I'm not going to sing it now because I'm not going to embarrass myself. But yeah, I'm singing it in my head as I'm reading it. I love it. I also think that like in the crafting safari, like through the workshops that we've had so far, and just in the total amount of workshops we have so many workshops that are like different things.
Yeah.
You know, like Catherine, there's your card, which is an accordion card. Like that's not typically the kind of card that you would see in a project. And, you know, Jen, yours is one with stencils and jeans and learning to do Procreate and like, you know, fabric painting and embroidery. Those aren't the kind of projects that you typically see everywhere. So we're not necessarily going to be amazing at it the first time, but if you don't try these kinds of projects, if you're never exposed to these kinds of projects, then, I mean, who knows? You may do one accordion card and realize I never want to make a normal card again in my life because this is the best thing that I've ever done. Or, you know, you do Jen's project and you're like, I'm never wearing another normal pair of jeans in my entire life because, you know, I'm going to be decorating and embroidering and whatnotting all of my jeans now forever. But
Really
if you
cool.
don't try them, you won't know. I mean, both projects are super cool. So like, I hope that people do them because they're so amazing. So guys, if you haven't gone to go watch Catherine's tutorial, it's live today. And Jen's is live tomorrow with one of mine as well. So
I was
definitely...
wondering when mine was live. I was like, I should send
we have to put it tomorrow just in case.
Yeah, well, because it was so late. Yeah,
it's fine. We like I was telling Catherine at the beginning. Actually, it felt so weird today that we've got like almost everything finished. There's like just a couple of things that we need to still do. But like, you know, I need to like update the fundraiser numbers and things like that on tomorrow's email. But like everything, I actually touch wood managed to have some time off today. Like I almost didn't know what to do with myself.
I have a question. So I had a really awesome VIP idea and then I ran out of time. And so I'm like, shoot, because when else am I going to do that VIP idea? So can I still do the VIP idea?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I'll see what I can do. Yeah, it was like, I was so excited about it. And then I like got stuck on other things. And then I'm like, shoot, I ran out of time. So.
No, it's fine. We can add it.
Time is
Say
a
again,
real
Catherine?
killer. Time is a real killer. There's never enough time.
I mean, I tend to like
Jen,
misprioritize.
100%. I'm like that all the time. But I mean, even like I built up this bundle of like crafting products for the fundraiser that I'm doing throughout the Crafting Safari. And today I had an idea for another mug design. And I was like, and I'm, you know what, I'm going to go and make the mug design because it's in my head now.
Yeah.
and it won't fit with anything else. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make it and I'm going to add it and I'm going to send out an email to people and say, hey, if you've bought this, I just made your project or your purchase even more awesome because I've just added this on because I had an idea and I couldn't get it out of my head. So like, I've got no problem with adding on value extra after the time because I do it all the time. I'll design a bundle and I'll create all of the graphics for it and price it according to what I've set up. And then once I've done all of that, I'm like, oh, if I just change that one or two little things, I can actually make 4 other completely different stencils or 10 different. And then I just go and do it and I just add it on because I'm like, you know what? Our attendees and our amazing crafters, they're just going to get an even better deal because I just can't get this out of my head. I'm fine with it.
That was actually, I think, another question that you asked is, like, what was it? How do you what a favorite way to stretch a material is single? So I was thinking about that and like the lazy crafter thing. And I think the thing that I do is I tend to do a design in Procreate and then I'll use it multiple ways. Like so like the bird design for the thing was like kind of newer, but for my freebie, I reused some different designs that I had done for my membership, like some stamps, and then these are actually printed on like that dissolvable transfer paper. And then I've also done like magnets with the same design, and I've done like little notebooks with the same design. And so kind of reusing some of those because like the stamps I create are kind of like craft supplies in my mind. And so reusing those designs in different ways, I think it's pretty cool. But that's what I do. It makes me lazy. But
no, it's smart. It's smart.
And I think it's just kind of seeing like what's the potential of the design. So can it be this? Can it be this? Can it be a print and cut? Can it be a stencil? Can it be, like what you guys are saying.
I was looking at some designs. I was updating my shop. So I've got a shop on my website, and I'm terrible because I make all these designs, and I'm like, yes, that has to go in the shop, and then it goes into a file on my computer, and it sits there. And then eventually, I'm like, oh, I forgot about that. So I was looking at some stuff I had designed like 2 years ago. I'm like, and they're like just vinyl designs for pillows for like the summer, like cute little summery designs, right? I'm like, and I'm going through my closet because I make the designs for my shirts. I'm like, oh, I need some new shirts. I'm like, oh, I could use those designs on shirts. And I'm like, you're such a I'm like, you've been suffering thinking about new designs. I'm like, of course they're not at my shop yet either. And I'm like, oh, it's like, but just reusing designs for like, it can be for a pillow. It can also be for a shirt. It can be for a sticker. It's like, you forget about all these things that you can repurpose your designs for. Oh,
you make it once and then you move on to something else and you kind of forget that you have it.
Yeah,
and,
I like I have a bunch of flowers and I try to reuse them where I can because I've got some cute ones and some less cute ones. The cute ones get reused in different projects because I'm like, it's already done, it's already designed. Just pick it and put it over here.
I see all your
and then
flowers.
the less cute ones, and the less cute ones get redesigned at a later stage because then you realize you look at it with like different eyes 6 months later and you're like, hang on, if I just change that one little thing, it's going to be amazing and something completely different.
Or you learn a new technique in the process. You're like, oh, if I just like bend it, or if it's paper, or if I just use a different color or add some color, it's just totally different.
And that's the kind of thing that, like where you have that toolbox in your kind of like repertoire where all of a sudden you can say, well, I'll take this and I'm going to like put it on leather. Or I'll take this because I learned some basic leather making. Or I learned some basic jewelry techniques, so now I'm going to go do this. Or, Yeah,
you learn and you evolve and you realize that you can actually apply one technique to somewhere completely different. And you're like, oh, hang on.
So that's how, with the engraving that I got like obsessed with for a long time. So the real reason I started that was because it frustrated me that I could only use metal stamps, like for metal stamping. And so like they're pre-made, right? So it's like you had to look at what you can buy and then you had to use those things, and which meant you were constantly buying tools. And so I wanted to be able to design my own things. And then I found out that Cricut, you can engrave with it. And so, then you can like make your, say whatever you want. You can have it like, stylist. And then when I found out that like I could take my Procreate designs and turn them into, designs for my Cricut, like that is when the potential just exploded. But it wouldn't have started if I wasn't frustrated with that original piece of it. So
Absolutely. Now, the frustration kind of leads you down a path of exploration and, problem solving and all that kind of stuff. And like we were talking about it yesterday in one of the streams, that for me, the problem solving and the figuring out part of the process of like crafting, creating is like, that's what, like my favorite part. And like, if you give me a problem and then you need me to solve, like it's going to get solved, because I'm going to sit there and I'm going to like hyper focus and fixate on that darn problem until it, I'm going to show it who's boss kind of thing. Oh, it's so funny.
So I noticed that Catherine on her wall also had everything is figure outable.
Yes.
And that's another thing that I really like resonated with me too.
Yes, I have that. I've got that as well. Like I had that for me because like I struggle like, and especially when I'm doing craft and I'm trying to like design something, and you ladies will understand this, but you're trying to design something like, I know I can do this. I know I can do this. And I'm like, I have to like, I can figure this out. I can do this. I can.
So that's the confidence.
But like, and then I've got my little motivational posters here in my office. I'm like, just remember, you can do this. You can figure this out. Like you can get this. So, but there are times where I'm just like, oh, I can't do this. So I just put it aside. I'm like, nope, I'm going to just like let it simmer, let the hamster run around in there for a while, let him figure it out. And then I'll get to it. And so, but it gets figured out. So.
And like the sense of accomplishment once you've had a problem that you've been like festering on for such a long time, and then you finally figure it out, it's unparalleled. Like who needs bungee jumping?
Oh yeah, no, that is like a total like dopamine thing. So like part of the engraving process is that everybody was saying that you had to have flat, thin things to put in your Cricut. And so I was like, but I don't want to give that. I wanted to like engrave spatulas and pie servers and things. And they're like, you can't do it on the Cricut. And so it's kind of funny because I was like pulling this, like mulling. And then I was telling my husband what the problem was. And then all of a sudden, like it came to me like, put it at the end of the mat that doesn't get all the way fed through. And at the exact same moment, almost my husband was yelling from the shower, the same solution. And so I was feeling good because I got it like 10 seconds before he did. But because I didn't want him to come up with this amazing thing, right? I wanted it to be me. But it is interesting that, like we had kind of like the same, like, once you know what the problem is and you can clearly state, and then you just keep mulling it over, and then you will get to a solution. So, yeah.
Yeah. And like sometimes you just need to like step away from the problem and then come back to it a little while later. And then you're like, oh, the problem was like staring at me, or the solution was staring at me in the face the whole time. And like, how did I not see it? It's so obvious.
Yep. Yeah.
That happens too.
Yeah. And what I actually did with one of my strong grip mats, she has a spatula, thanks to Jen. What I did with one of my strong grip mats is I have like the template. If I can find it now, because I've got, I'm disturbing Fred, but I've got like a whole bunch of mats in my drawer of, there we go, these ones. But I have a strong grip mat that has the template somewhere.
Oh, that's smart.
Maybe I packed it away. I think I must have packed it away because it's not here. Anyway, but I know that I do have one where it's got like all of the triangles at the bottom from when I need to do like spatulas and things.
So did you just draw it? Because I did do that too with a Sharpie. Because that was like,
that's clever. I didn't. I just left the painter's tape on there. So the painter's tape is like the end. So when I put the spatulas on, they just go right next to the painter's tape, and then I just put more painter's tape over
perfect.
it to try and stick them down. Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing I figured out is that you could go between, so like, yes, definitely like certain parts of the mat. So it's like I would put one in one corner, one in the other corner, sort of thing. So it was kind of like, you go up against in design space, you go up against those parameters. So that was helpful. But when I figured out that I could actually like write on my with a Sharpie on my mat, that was actually pretty good too. So, yeah.
That's actually really clever. I use a completely different method for mine, but that's smarter.
Well, I mean, if you're going to make the same thing over and over, but when you're only going to do something like twice, then it's like less.
Yeah. And Loretta says that I've put it someplace safe. Absolutely. It is safe even from me.
I think I need to start like making myself notes when I do that because I'm always sure that I'm going to remember because it was like the best place. And so it's like, I know I'm
and it
going
was
to put this here
the
because
most
it's the
obvious
best
place
place.
at the time too. I've got that.
Right.
I will
right.
know where
and
this
you're
is.
confident
Yes, I will know where this is. For sure, I will know where this is.
because it's just obvious that that's where it goes. And then, but then next time you like actually think of like someplace more obvious, and I'm like, why is this not here? Because, you know, obviously, yeah.
It
It
should have
happens.
been. I know. I have. I've had lots of things. I always love it though because she found it.
Oh, yeah, there you go. That's like, see right there, it's genius because you've got it like, it's like visually right there and you know to put it right there.
Yeah, so I've got the spatulas at the bottom and then bookmarks at the top.
Oh,
So
Oh,
if you,
perfect.
depending on which one you do, you just kind of
Look
turn
at
it around
that.
and
very nice.
And now, and this is, I will only use this mat for engraving. So
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you could hear that properly, but yeah, I'll only use this mat for engraving, and it works perfectly. That's obviously why it was like in the cupboard, because I have a little hook of the mat on the door, and then my spare mats and my unused mats hang in the cupboard.
So that was like the first time that I felt like I did something really super cool with Cricut. And I was friends with Jennifer Maker, and so then she did a thing with it too, and like which was cool. I mean, hello, Jennifer Maker. But it was just kind of like one of those things that I didn't. So a lot of times we'll have ideas that we think are awesome and incredible, but they don't necessarily catch on. And you're like, oh, okay, well,
Oh,
maybe it
man,
wasn't as
no.
awesome as I thought. Yeah, I mean, it's completely arbitrary. And so that was one where I was actually shocked by it. And my gnomes, I was shocked when my gnome stickers went viral. Viral being like people really liked it, like more than 10. Yeah.
Yeah, Laurie. Yeah, you do. I know that Jen has a really awesome video on engraving. Is it on the spatulas? It's on the spatulas,
Well, I
right?
did spatulas and I did, and so then I was like, well, okay, like the same thing. You're like, well, what else can I do? So I did spatulas and I did pie servers kind of sort of thing, which is kind of similar. But like the grill spatula for guys, like that's cool. Maybe I did that one in my book. But then also like bookmarks. And then also I flattened spoons and did it and like made them into things or like bookmarks. And then I also, because it fits like, you know, regular old silver ones, it's really easy to engrave.
Yeah.
And then I also did, you know, like the little cheese things, like that you would, you know, like the little knives to like cut cheese or
Oh,
to
the cheese
spread
knife,
things.
Oh
yeah.
wow.
Spreaders. They're called spreaders. So I did that, but with like cheesy sayings, like with different cheeses. Like Roquefort, I think was like you spin me round round like a Roquefort baby, or you know, I don't know. So it was a stretch, but and my husband's like nobody's gonna get that, and I'm like, but it's funny. So
Yeah.
like once
You
in
could
a
say
blue
it's
cheese.
cheesy.
So cheesy. Well, that's what I thought. So I was like cheesy sayings for cheesy spreaders.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And I mean,
that's
who
one of
am I
those
to
ideas.
disagree?
Yeah. And I think that's that thing where we get a little bit of tunnel vision and then we tend to like amuse ourselves and like make something kind of work for us. And then we just kind of throw it out there and we're not sure if anybody else is going to be as amused or as interested. And it happens. And not always the,
and
yeah.
Yeah. And the right person, the right persons, the right people absolutely love it and they're like obsessed over it. So like, you know, it's great. I love it.
Yeah. So Patty said wind charm. And that's another one where I did it with stamped metal and then redid it later on with the engraved. So
Oh, that's interesting. I've done engraving on bookmarks quite a bit. That was super fun. And then I also done the cake lifters. I got quite a few of them behind me. And then
yeah, my
because
son just
at one
mentioned it.
stage,
Yeah.
yeah, 1 year I was like, I think everybody got a cake lifter for Christmas because I was just obsessed with making them.
Well, it's just cool, right?
It's great. And it was really inexpensive, and it was like once you've got the design set up, you literally just reload the mat and just click go. Like you just clean the blade in between kind of, and then you just click go and you just go. It's
So that
easy
is
to
like the
repeat.
kind of craft I like, whereas like I hate vinyl or like weeding vinyl. Like it's like the thing I hate more than anything in the world because I would much rather click and go. So
I don't know. I like
I mean,
vinyl projects, but I go insane. Like I go squirrely when I'm doing them. I just want to like pull my hair out. So I'll have like a good show on in the background, and then I'll be like, because because it drives me nuts trying to weed stuff sometimes.
Oh, you see, I'm the complete opposite.
I was gonna say Kelly loves it. She's
when
like,
I
give it to me
first
as
got
like
my machine, and when I tell you I cut a 12 by 12 vinyl piece, like a mandala, like a pretty intricate mandala, and I weeded the whole thing, and I rolled it up and packed it away. I didn't even do anything with it.
No, that's like horror, like my horror thing. I'm trying to find out. I just saw my wind chime.
It was great.
That's hilarious.
whatever.
No, I do a lot of shirts and like for fun. And I did this one shirt. And so you guys know, I'm sure you know the Matrix. You know how in the Matrix the whole screen like does the thing. And so I made my husband a shirt of Neo's face, but in like little but I just did it in ones and zeros because I didn't have any fancy characters. And the whole shirt is like Neo's face in ones and zeros. Looks stellar. Weeding that shirt took me and every little zero had like a little hole, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm in the kitchen weeding, I'm in the bedroom weeding, I'm in like the bathroom, I'm everywhere I'm weeding because this shirt's like so much. And I was like, oh my god, what did I do?
How do you know though which parts to weed? Because I get like stuck where all of a sudden I weeded the wrong part, and I'm like throw my hands up in the air, and I'm like, I'm just gonna use this. Like one of the reasons I got a sublimation printer is because I could not do the weeding. I'm like, I'm just print it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, for me, I just get tunnel vision, and I'm trying to find a lid design that I did for a friend of mine on her Silhouette Cameo, because the Cameo 3 has like a nice, like a curved cover, and it was one of the most intricate vinyl designs that I've seen. But now, like, Google's obviously to try and Google Silhouette Cameo 3 lid design cover, like, you're not going to come up with the right one. Yeah, but if I do find a picture of it, I will share it, because it was it has like lace, and then it has flowers, and then it has like all of these other I actually, when I went to Dublin in 2020, like literally just before lockdown, she cut it for me, and I took it with me on the plane, and I was actually weeding on the plane while I was listening to I had series on. I mean, because at that stage I wasn't listening to audiobooks, but now I would pair that with audiobooks, and I just sit there and I just read.
That's what I do. Yeah, I'll go through like 3 audiobooks a summit, like the prep for the summit, because I'm doing so much drawing. So yeah.
Like for this summit, I've watched almost the entire of The Mentalist. I've listened to almost 3 audiobooks. I'm finishing the last one today because I have to return it. It's on Libby, so I have to return it tomorrow. Yeah, it's like there's just so I love it. I just put it on, and it's just like and then I'm like, what? It's 11 o'clock at night. I need to go to sleep now.
Oh yeah, no, I totally I have to set alarms because otherwise I'll just get sucked in and have no like clue what time. I had to like double check the time for this like 3 times and then set an alarm. So, and then I still panicked that I was an hour off. I'm like, no.
I did exactly the same thing. I was, like I said, I today was the first time that I've had like a little bit of time off, and I literally I think it was like 7:15, I set a timer on my watch, because I was like, if I don't set a timer now, I'm going to completely lose myself, because I'm busy playing World of Warcraft, and in the new
I used to do that.
They've just released housing, so it's like The Sims but on steroids. So it's like I was literally like I was in there for like 3 hours just and I'm building a maze in my little house. So I was having so much fun, just like just great. Squirreling.
Yep, and it relaxes your brain by almost, because otherwise I think our thoughts tend to spiral and obsess, and then it's just kind of draining. And so if I have something else, like I think they call body doubling, but if I have something else that kind of help focus me, then my thoughts stop doing this. So
yeah, they actually just kind
split my focus. Yeah,
it was great. I love that. Dee says she was an OG. Wow. I was so surprised. So I think it was in November last year when Jennifer Maker had her Maker Fest. I bought the VIP for that, and I was like listening to one of her streams or whatever, and she mentioned that she also plays World of Warcraft. Yeah. I was like, What? That's so cool. Obviously, you guys are in the US, so you play on US servers. And then she
Mhm.
mentioned that she met her partner on WoW, and I was like, I also met my husband on WoW. So it's like it's like there's so many like when you talk about it, there's so many other
Okay,
people that
that's
like pop up
crazy.
out of the woodwork. Yeah, so
I
that was
did it
pretty cool.
mostly when my son was little because I couldn't handle listening to him cry when he was like supposed to be down for his nap because he would cry for literally 45 minutes before he'd fall asleep because he had to wear himself out and it was so hard to like listen. And so I started doing World of Warcraft with people in Australia because they were the ones that were up during the day and stuff.
Yeah.
And that was what kind of got me through that mental torment of mama, mama. And so that was 2005.
That's
So
great.
that was, yeah. So I don't know if that's OG.
Yeah.
I don't think so, but it's
No,
pretty early.
that is. I think I started playing in 2007. Um, so just a little bit after that. But that was like super classic days. So that's
It's
so cool.
fun.
And then you realize just how many people are actually like complete nerds and gamers and everything. And I absolutely it makes my heart so happy. I love it.
It's fun. I really enjoyed it. I tried to like start up again like a couple years or like a year or so ago, but like with my son, but he was like that's like he likes the pixelated stuff and the I don't know. See what it didn't catch on as much, but yeah, I enjoy it.
It's a great break from crafting because I as much as I love crafting, like I need to step away from it so that my brain can refresh.
Well, I think I like the achievements and the quests because it's like I feel like I'm accomplishing something, you know?
The dopamine, I love it.
Yeah, Gina
Okay.
said she couldn't let her son cry it out. It was so hard. Like I originally I was just sitting on the other side of the door, like crying while he cried, but he needed the nap. And like he'd grab his dolls and throw them at the wall. And I'm like, you're just such a little brat when you won't go to sleep. So go to sleep. Yeah.
Shame. I don't know how you guys do it. I couldn't.
Well, I mean, you do it with your pets too. It's like they want to be fed all day long. Well, maybe you don't do it, but
No, no. This monster sitting lying in bed behind me. You can kind of see his ear. He's like that. He moans, but yeah, that's frustrating because I suppose at least with kids, they don't climb on your pillow and put their wet nose on your nose.
I don't know about
You know.
that. I don't know. I had like morning. We went to bed a little bit later last night because it was Friday night and we let the kids stay up a little bit later. And so I went to bed later. So therefore I should be able to sleep in a little bit later, right? My kids do
Yeah.
not. So it's like it's 6:45 and I have a face right here. Mommy, mommy, can I go downstairs? Mommy, mommy, mommy. I'm like, and it's their noses aren't wet, but their breath is right in your face, and you're just like, just
Oh,
I don't know. I would prefer like I had a dog before and I had to put him down last year, but he would come up to me in the middle of the night in the morning and just like with his wet nose be like, "Okay, it's time." And I was like, "Okay, that's okay," because he would just like that was it. But with kids, they're right in your face and they're on top of you too, and they're not little.
I
Yeah, I think
suppose. I
getting a dog
suppose.
was good because it does break me out of that focus, like hyper focus. So it's like when he or she's sitting there like with her ball, and you know like just staring, like she has a stare that like does not go off of me, and I'm like, okay, fine. So just make it stop. Here's the ball. Let's play.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, but I think we should probably wrap up as I'm taking up tons of your guys' super valuable time. I apologize. But also not
Oh
because I'm
wow.
having fun. So like,
Oh, it's already
you
been
know,
an hour.
yeah. You see? It's crazy. It's crazy. But like I said, I'm having fun. So
It's all about
but I just wanted to say again.
I said it's all about having fun. It's all about you because this is your summit.
Well, I
And
mean,
that's
you
so
guys,
true.
I want to make sure that you guys are having the fun, you see.
We are having fun always.
No, I mean, you've just done such a good job with like the setup and then like the designing. And I mean, I know how much work goes into a summit. And so the fact that you've done all of this, you know, like it came across as like personally as extremely professional and really well done and organized. So
Thank you so much.
I
Thank
appreciate
I
that.
and I I would never have been able to do it without my husband. He's
Yeah.
obviously behind the scenes, like helping with everything in the chat and everything. So, like a huge thank you to him for helping, because I probably would be curled up in a corner somewhere twitching. Yeah, so
We all
I'm
need
very
our
grateful
support
that we
systems.
have him. They're so important. He's also the kind of person that, like, if I've been sitting here for too long, like focusing and working and designing, he'll walk into the room and he'll be like, come, no, we need to leave, take a break, come, step out. You can come back, you can go get something to eat, get something to drink, stretch your legs. And I'm just like, what did I do to deserve? It's great.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
Well, I mean, when they're telling you what you need to hear, yeah, and you're like, I know I need to hear this. So
It's the best. I love it. But so one of the other things that I wanted to mention quickly just before we leave, the fundraiser that we are doing for Panthera, the card bundles and the stencil bundles that I showed you guys earlier. So I've designed like all
Make
of these
yourself
3
full
card
screen, Julie.
bundles.
Make yourself full screen so that we can see better.
Does
There you go.
say, and then if I do style and we do that goes full screen.
There you go.
woohoo.
So these are like the card designs that I've done for the bundle, and it's three of these cards, but I've like mixed and matched assets to create like a whole bunch of different ones. There's printable assets, cuttable assets, and then there's all of these stencil bundles. There's actually 9 stencils, and they're all based off the paw prints of the actual big cats. So it's Panthera is a big cat animal sanctuary. I was going to play the video, but I think I'll maybe play it in the next stream that they did for us, because it's a little bit of a tearjerker.
Oh,
but basically they had they went through devastating wildfires at the beginning of the year, and they had their resources completely and utterly torn apart, and I'm trying to do a fundraiser for them to help them like get back on their paws. So the paw print bundle is called Paw Prints in the Sand, and it's a $25 bundle, or you can buy like one of each of the separate elements, but you can also donate what you want. So if you want to donate $50, you can make the price $50, but the minimum price is $25 for the mug bundle. So there's 8 mug designs currently. There's going to be more because I'm busy designing them. And then there's 3 full card designs and 9 stencils that you can use and cut and use for embossing. I did these embossing designs with the stencils, and they're super fun. So we've raised over $2,500 already for them since Thursday,
wow.
which is insane. Absolutely insane. Because like also the nice thing about you guys being in America is that the dollar goes so much further down here.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, because our exchange rate is terrible for us anyway. So like $25 in the US means a lot more here than what it does in the US. So it's like you guys are helping that much more. So the
So
response
Amy
that
said
we've
that-
had to the bundle's been amazing.
Yeah, she said she shared the link because she has friends who don't craft but like to do big or like love big cats. That is cool, because if we can exponentially share and grow. And by the way,
And it
I
helps.
just love your heart for this. It's
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you. I love it. And like there are so many other ways to donate as well. So you can either on the link that we've shared, there are the bundles that you can buy, but there are also other ways that you can donate underneath. So you can go and buy their paw print art, and you can go and donate to them directly and all that kind of stuff. So you don't have to buy the crafters bundles. That's just if you guys want to benefit from it as well. It's a nice little incentive. And this was what I've been working on pretty much the whole week. And it was a case of I'm going to make 5 stencils. No, I'm going to make 7 stencils. No, I'm going to make 9 stencils. I'm going to make 1 card. Oh, if I do that, I can make 3 cards. So like that was literally the exact what happened to me the whole week. And now I'm making more mugs because I'm a sucker for punishment. And I
So,
just love
Kelly-
it. I love it so much.
So if they don't see the link in the YouTube description or here in the chat, where else can they find it?
It's on the Crafting Safari page. So if you go to any of the schedules at the top, you'll be able to see the Panthera fundraiser link. It's up at the top there. And I've shared it on Facebook. I'm going to make an email about it, but it's also in each of the daily emails that you receive at the bottom as well. I'm giving you guys an update each day to the fundraiser. So you should be able to get it pretty. And if you can't find any of those links, then just reach out to me and I'll send it to you. No problem. Yeah. Cool. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining me and staying here and listening to us ramble for so long.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
I'm always surprised when there's people. Like,
yeah, it's great. It's been a lot of fun. So before we go, Catherine, do you have anything that you want to share?
Yes. My website's catherinelearnstuff.com, and if you do /shop, so catherinelearnstuff.com/shop, right now I've got a 30% off coupon for anyone who is participating in the Safari Summit, and it's 30% off anything and everything in my shop. So that is there for you. Kelly will put the link up for the website and for the coupon code. The coupon code I think is Safari Summit 30 off. I'm not totally sure because I can't remember. Yeah, so Safari Summit 30. And that gets you 30% off anything and everything. But I'm just going to warn you, if you're part of the VIP bundle, the June live crafting is included with your VIP bundle. So don't buy it twice. I mean, you can if you really want to, but maybe don't do that. But everything is 30% off there, so you can check it out. But also be sure to check me out at catherinelearnstuff.com. And I'm really working on growing my YouTube page this year. Well, I haven't for like 3 years now, but I'm still working on it. So if you like my videos or you like my crafts, check me out at Catherine Learns Stuff on YouTube and follow me there. And I also do weekly live crafting sessions where we successfully or unsuccessfully make this is a bit of a bomb. I'm not gonna lie, but it happens.
But like we said, you learn so much more from the things that you do wrong than you do right. So I love that. That's great. Awesome. Jen, do you have anything that you want to share?
Sorry. So I guess like probably on my workshop page, there's a link to my Procreate Playground, which is my membership that I started. And so that was the launch pricing was only supposed to be through like May 4th. And I'm like, well, I'll extend it to my birthday. And they're like, well, it's dumb to like not let it go through the end of this. So the launch pricing is through the 17th or something. So you guys can go ahead and check that out if you want to know how to do design Procreate for crafters. So
that is awesome. Yeah, and you do some incredible stuff, and like the stickers and projects and everything that I've seen you make are just awesome. And I love your like style of explaining. So definitely go and check that out. It's super, super, super fun, and I love it.
Yeah, everybody's been so nice. Okay, yeah, that's all I had.
Okay, great. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining me. I very much appreciate you coming on here and chatting with me and just spending some time together. It's been a lot of fun. So I've very much appreciated having you on. And I know that the attendees have loved listening to you as well.
Oh, they're super sweet. They've been so, I don't know if you've seen all the comments, Kelly, but everybody's just so complimentary of you. So they're loving the event.
Stop. Compliments make me uncomfortable. Stop. But thank you.
You're supposed to just say thank you.
Come up.
Thank you. Okay, great. Everybody, make sure to go and check out the schedule pages to go and watch the day 2 sessions. They're still live for another oh, and now I've got to try and do maths in my head.
I was going to say, you're like in a much different part of the world.
Yeah. I think it's 18 hours. They're roughly available for the next 18 hours. So then day 3 will obviously then kick off tomorrow at 8 a.m. Central Daylight Time. So you still have quite a bit of time to go and watch. Oh, yes, it's Jen. So go and watch Catherine's tutorial and go download her freebies and stuff. Oh, it's so cute. I love it. It's such a great video, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. And please share what you make, share photos in the Facebook group. I actually, hold on, now that I mentioned that, I'm supposed to pick a winner.
Ooh,
I said that I was going to pick a winner.
I always forget that, because so I'm like really impressed if you remembered.
I know, right? I'm impressed that I remembered, but now I've got to find the tab where I have the document in it that's supposed to be picking the winner. There we go. Yeah, so basically how it works is each person that shares a project that was made on that day is going to get entered into the draw to be able to win. And then we're going to pick a name by the name picker.
That name picker is pretty cool.
Oh, it's great. It's absolutely great. So I'm just going to paste in, I suppose I could share my screen. Share
That's
screen.
awfully techie clever.
You can do this. We have faith in you, Kelly.
I'm used to doing it in, I suppose I could probably do it. Oh, just give me 1 second. Because I normally do it in OBS in my, there we go. Let's just do that. There we go.
Ooh,
Okay.
fancy.
Now make your face, make yours full screen, because there you go.
Yes.
Yes, you got it, girlie.
So got all the names in there, and we're going to, can you guys hear the sound?
No, but,
No,
we can
but
see
this
it.
looks cool. I want to know how to do this now.
Yay! Barbara, well done.
Congratulations, Barbara. Confetti, confetti,
Barbara.
congratulations.
Confetti, confetti. I love it. I love it. Okay. So, Barbara, we will reach out to you. Congrats, you won. Or you can reach out to us as well. And then if you're on the stream, then it's fine. Then great. Then you reach out to us. If not, we'll reach out to you tomorrow. You've won a VIP pass. So anybody that shares the pictures of their projects, you are going to be entered into the draw. So today's ones are for day 2 projects, and you have until 9 a.m. tomorrow. Or I think I made it until 12. I think I made it until 12 tomorrow, where you can post pictures of your projects and then you can get entered into it. So make sure that you do that so we can see what amazing stuff you've made. It doesn't have to be a completed project. Just even 90% complete is perfectly fine. We just want to see what you're doing.
I always love seeing how everyone works the projects onto their own. Like, it's just, they're so creative, and because everyone's got their own like flair and touch to things. And some people, I'm terrible with color selection. I will not deny this, but some people have such like, they just can pick colors and make your project, which is already so amazing. Like,
You know, it's like better.
like, it's just amazing. Like, it's beautiful to see these projects that people do. I love it. So I like scroll. I was actually scrolling this morning. I'm like, I don't care about the conversations. I want to see the pictures. Show me what everyone's been making.
I also think, like, for me, like, as an example, in the Adventure Summit that we just had, my little suitcase, somebody posted a picture where they'd made the corners of the suitcase in silver, and they added little rivets to it. And I'm like, why didn't I think of that? That's so brilliant.
Yeah, no, like that happens every summit. Like every time I do something, I'm just like, wow.
It's always so amazing to see how everyone like customizes them and personalizes them. It's just the groups are always so creative. It's fantastic.
And like the attendees are just like, you guys are always just so clever, and I just love seeing the way that you add your own little unique spin, and like somebody made it out of an embossed texture, and somebody I'm just like, oh, you guys are incredible. Like, I love seeing the projects. It's and like I was saying yesterday how in every summit, seeing pictures of my project being made is like the highlight of the entire event for me. But for this event, seeing any picture of anybody's project being made is like on the same level.
So true.
So like, it's not even my project. I have no skin in the game, and I'm overjoyed that somebody has shared a picture of what they've made, because I love seeing the stuff come together, and it just brings me
you have
joy.
the big picture, and like you're looking big picture now. Yeah,
it's incredible. So please make us all very happy and share pictures of your stuff.
We're not begging, but
we're not begging, but please. But yeah, thank you guys so much again for joining. We'll be live again in an hour and a half, where we're going to be making a project, and I'm going to be trying that. Maybe I'm going to be trying a similar technique what I said earlier on of making like the double. So I need to kind of start cutting it.
She doesn't know yet. We're like soul sisters.
Yep. So we'll see how it goes. It'll probably come out fine, but But yeah, we're going to have a grand old time, and I'm very excited for it. And yeah, thank you guys so much for joining. We'll see you there. And remember, be kind to someone today. See you guys soon.